for the big Russian bot squad. Look at them. They're trying to find an entrance. They also have to watch out for Evos because Evos is definitely going to go and turn around. And look at this. KWC going right behind them. He's not able to go and connect those shots, but Torty definitely connecting those shots and being able to knock them down. Oh, the shots there by Evos.
Look at the angles. Look at the angles. Ernie drove all the way around to the ridge. I was just going to comment on another squad being up there, but it was actually Evos. Ernie, the leader, rotated all the way around to get an angle on these guys while his team crashed the compound. Beautifully done. Expert play from Evos here.
Great awareness there by Evos, as Evos is pretty much going to go and come up and just knock down all these players. Ernie goes down. Ernie gets finished there by KWC June as more players are coming in. He is using that tummy gun. Can he go ahead and get the finish? He's still pre-firing. He turns around. One of the Evos players opens up that door and finish him off. He has to watch out though. Big Russian bot is still lurking around, but Evos with already 7 kills, pretty much getting the angles and cleaning up. If Torty even moves, they're gonna realize that he's there, and it's gonna be good night, Irene, baby.
You gotta feel a little bad for Ernie there, putting his team in such a great position, calling the awesome move to push there, take advantage. They do find themselves on the winning end of a couple exchanges. Unfortunately, he goes down, gets a quick finish on him, trying to get that kill moving out of the compound here.
Definitely, and they're just looting. They're waiting patiently. Torty is just looking at that, looking from that corner. At least he doesn't have to worry about his back, although if they decided to, Evos could come around, jump in right next to him, and maybe make him push out. He does have this car L, which is good, and he also has an extended mag right to his name. So if he needs to go ahead and take up more than one, he can just go ahead and do so.
Don't scope in, whatever you do, bro.
Yeah, just hit fire.
Don't scope in. They're going to hear it. You can see him.
Hit fire. They jump down. He takes some shots. He gets knocked out there. Misses the shots as Evo's Bull Shark jumped out. You had to connect those shots there, especially because you're the last one for your team.
Felt like it was a little premature on the trigger. He heard multiple sets of footsteps there, and he took a poor shot on the target that he did select. Obviously that's a difficult position to be in with 3 people surrounding you, and he was just trying to make the best of a bad situation there. But ultimately he goes down. Another squad polished off.
It is what it is, as we see Hero with the name 4 driving around, getting to the safe zone as fast as he can, and more than likely he's going to go ahead and start rotating towards the compound or something that he's more comfortable with. And LHW, interesting place here by LHW, as they are just now starting to move out of that South Island. Interesting place for sure there by him.
They went down south and looted up the small buildings, as they always do. Zone played no factor at all. They did not care.
They didn't, and they actually went a different bridge. I haven't actually seen them take that bridge before. More than likely, they
did it a couple games ago.
They might have thought that Cloud9 might wait for them, but that wasn't the case. And also, they remember CPT was waiting for them earlier. And look at this. We got Seagut against BTR. BTR very close by. Seagut currently getting huge kill there by Seagut. He has to watch out because BTR is going to go ahead and start pushing forward. Great awareness there. He starts healing up as soon as he can, and BTR just backs up.
They're going to leave.
They don't want anything to do with
that.
They
don't understand that that's not a full squad there. They just know that one of their guys was out front, got picked off and finished. They're probably not aware that Wildcard only has 2 members left.
Don't want any of that in Digest. Naya, wow. What a hardship. Pretty much every single team besides CPT, Illuminate, and Hero are outside. And look at this. Cloud9 barely.
Cloud9's going to tip their cap to PUBG gods right here and say thank you, because that's a very nice zone for them, especially with the way they rotated. They've got an easy path in.
They do, and look at this. They're just pretty much trying to figure out how do we want to go ahead and handle this. We do have the height advantage here. We just need to go ahead and push a little bit more towards the zone. We have the vehicles as well, so they definitely have the advantage here. They also need to start getting more kills, though. They currently have 0 kills because their placements hasn't been that good. They need to get more points if they want to be on that big money, PB.
Going to pick up their last comrade, Sam, here. We'll see if they go stack him or if he's got his own vehicle. But they will be moving around to try to grab position. Hero already positioned in the zone. It looks like got a nice little warehouse compound here.
As we also see here, I was seeing Game Stars. And look at this. Evo's getting some shots there on RRQ. RRQ with one of the players down early. Is he going to go and try to finish them off? He is trying to. RRQ.
Look at how they snap to his aid.
Yep, they don't want him to go down.
Oh, look at the push.
Is going to go ahead and push. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because here comes the push by Evo's. RRQ starting to back up a little bit more. They also have to watch out there for Game Stars. Evo's just starting to snipe them from afar. Look at this. The M16 with the 4-time. That is just deadly.
And they landed the Car 98 shot there on Senior.
He
gets him again. Connects with the M16, knocks him, and Bull Shark landing a shot on Senior. They are in serious trouble now.
They were able to go ahead and flank. Look at Evo's X there, just at the top of that hill, training those shots. Great plays there by him, getting those angles. If only imagine if Gangstars was to push this right now. They might be able to go ahead and clear up some kills there from RRQ, but then they would have to worry about Evos lurking around.
Look at X all the way up on the hill, top left portion of your screen. Really love the angles that Evos creates when they're taking on these squad fights. But remember, they did lose one of their players. Ernie went down a little bit earlier, thirsted over that last compound, so they can't be quite as aggressive as they normally are. And guess what? They're going to choose to rotate away. They want to get out of the red zone. They do not want to risk getting killed by that bomb zone and getting RNG'd out of the tournament.
Interesting plays there by him. If they have a compound nearby, so they could have just went into the compound. And look at this. They just passed Gangstars as Spyra and Angry are waiting patiently. Interesting plays there by Evos as they decided not to go ahead and just kill RRQ, or at least push the action for a second there. I thought they were going to go ahead and do so, but hey, it is something that we've seen before, right?
I like what they're doing.
RRQ there not killed earlier Evos and just decides to back up and not finish them off.
They're driving around the field right now trying to find shots from somebody, trying to figure out what locations people are in, and this is a little bit interesting. Gangstars huddling around a shack right now out in the middle of nowhere, hoping to get the zone. We'll see what happens. RRQ is going to be left to get picked back up, and we'll see if that move comes back to haunt everybody, including Evos later on. Wouldn't it be interesting if they were able to come back and win yet another one with 3 players?
It will be interesting as they do have GTW passing by. They're pretty much just trying to see what suit you got on. Let me see if I can get an angle on you, and if I can, I am going to go ahead and push you. I think they're just trying to get different angles here, PB. They noticed that one of the cars is leaving, and you know what? They're saying, let's just go ahead and leave it. Let's go somewhere else. Let's find a compound that we can go ahead and take over.
Yeah, you see at the same time he's looking back and he notices RRQ kind of taking off from the compound, noticing that they're going to be on the move as well. Not worth setting up a perimeter there and trying to keep him contained. RRQ content to move, grab some trees. They're going to set up shop, trying to make the best of what they can as all the compounds are likely already taken. Now we see Team Terror here making an approach on Illuminate from Thailand. This is going to be really interesting to see how this develops. Will Terror finally get on the aggressive and start trying to capture some kills? If
they were able to get those kills right there, it would be huge. As we saw earlier, Amit being able to win and get a high place in there for Team Terror from India. Look at this. Torpedo is actually starting to put the action a little bit more. One thing that I'm seeing here is they're both pushing towards the same place. They need to start flanking around. They can't just be going towards the same angles. You want to get different angles on this squads. He does have the VSS, but they're being timid once again. They're backing up. They're already inside the car. And look, interesting places there by him. It seems like they weren't communicating. One of them gets inside the car, and the other two just pretty much stay up there trying to find more people.
Lucifer content just to watch from the sidelines right now. Wildcard a little bit exposed out there, and Terror seemingly not focused out behind them at all until now.
Terror now turning around. They see Wildcard. They see Seagut. Seagut needs to go ahead and jump into the car as soon as possible. And as we see that there, Wildcard is trying to make it like bandits. You don't want the gunfight. And now that Terror has shot those, guess what? Illuminate is going to turn around and say, hey there, we've been waiting for you.
Indeed, it's one of those things that you might want to fire some shots on that car you see out there in the middle of the field. They are incredibly exposed. Maybe you land one, maybe you knock them out, but you also give away your position and the element of surprise here. So Illuminate definitely knows they're coming. Wildcard content to try to stay on the edge and work their way in, again, holding out for a higher placement.
And Katarina pretty much just being a Bush Wookie there. You currently watching at home, spam some Bush Wookies in the chat as GTW just passes her. They have zero clue that she's there. And Terror Squad is gonna be in a pickle here. If for some reason GTW sees them and Illuminate still sees them as well, they're gonna go ahead and take those shots. And look at this. Oh, come on. You know you want to take that shot. You have the AWM. Just take one shot, knock one down, and that's all she wrote. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The Terror Squad getting so many shots, getting that kill, getting aggressive for Team India.
There we go.
That's something I love seeing.
Oh, but behind them, GTW is going to take advantage, knock a couple. Oh, this is trouble now.
This is definitely some trouble. GTW heard those shots, and now Team Terror, after being aggressive, they're on the defensive here. Gets shot down. Six got barely being able to go and finish off that person, and I think that might be E there.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Quick work. GTW just swooped in, knocked him right off the face of the map. Well, Terra did get one kill to their name with that AWM. It's a beautiful shot. Took his time, lined it up, got the finish. But GT was like, nah, we're not listening
As
to
we
this.
see that replay there, not missing a single shot, making sure he got both of those kills. And now GTW is going to go ahead and find out, eliminate. As we see here, Lucifer starting to shoot into Gainstar, some North America into North America action. And Lucifer is going to go ahead and try to get these kills. He's going to start pushing a little bit towards the edge and trying to get his angle on him. And now we're switching to Illuminate and GTW, as we also see LHW getting some kills and CPT getting some kills on Carnage and Cloud9.
Really good action right now. We got shots being fired. Wildcard really looking like they're in trouble right now. Another Alm shot there by CPT, taking out Rolex. Looks like GT is content to fire some shots out into the open, and so is RRQ here.
RRQ currently with just 2 players up. One of them got knocked down earlier, and one of them got actually eliminated. And look at this. They're just pretty much watching that area. As and the Gangster squad is very close by. And look at this push here by BTR. Seeing Evil, he's going to get that finish. He wants those kill points, but now he's starting to get shot from inside. He lays down, he blows up the car, and Evo's just trying to make sure they stay alive a little bit more, as they only have 2 players left. And GT Akan with the AWM just knocking out Lucifer and telling them, you know what, go back to the lobby.
Man, really impressive stuff from BTR. They're coming up, securing the kill, getting the finish, and also managing not to get knocked themselves. King stays alive. He's able to patch himself up. Zuxi is down. They're playing with 3 players now, and you can see RRQ. We got D2E fighting, but he's also low HP, going to try to patch himself up.
And GTW currently outside the circle, Cloud9 outside the circle as well. A lot of teams with this hard shift southeast outside the circle, they need to go ahead and start working on positioning. We see teams like LHW already in the circle. Can they go ahead and get some of these kills with that grenade thrown?
Seagut's in trouble.
Seagut currently by himself. It would be better if he just got in that car and get out of there, because you are not going to be able to take on to that many teams. It's not just one team. It is multiple teams around Seagut. Just get in that car and bounce, baby.
I don't know, man. If he gets in that car and leaves at this point with this many people around, it's going to be trouble for him. That's going to get exploded and quick. But maybe he might have some angles here to escape. Tough to say. Evo's X is doing that exact thing, leaving Bullshark behind, but he's going to take off, distract some fire. CPT getting some shots in here. They have really good position at the upper part of this mountain. They're looking down, trying to get some shots in some advantageous position here.
CPT does have to watch out, because LHW was coming up, and I'm interested there. CPT took some shots on LHW. They heard shots up north, and they just turned around, and now they're going to go ahead and try to engage their Cloud9. And look at this. RRQ versus Evo's passing by. Luckily for them, it's only just 1 player inside the cars. You can't shoot and drive at the same time. They're going to go ahead and move around, as we see Kodo there get a knock with the DP28. Can he get the finish? That's what it's all about. And we do have an airdrop super nearby. RRQ trying to work on their positioning, trying to get that back-to-back wins in day number 2.
Really good positioning here from RRQ using that cliff side, but they have company behind them, in front of them. This is pretty hectic right now. Japan's Doggy goes down to the play zone. And there is the nades coming in from Bullshark. This is going to be trouble.
Evo's just raining nades, raining bullets. And look at this. They are able to go ahead and knock down some people. CPT knocking some people down there from Illuminate. There comes more grenades, more shots, as CPT is trying to go ahead and take down Illuminate. And Evo's currently trying to fight RRQ. Evo's trying to get an angle on him. He sees one. He takes him out. Evo takes once more kills. He's not able to see him because he has the smoke, but he has to watch out. Senior is known to just maybe laying on the ground and being able to destroy you, and Wildcard actually get taken out there by the play zone.
Superior position here from Evo, but they really can't do a whole lot about it. Picking up his buddy here. Look at all the lines of sight all the way around here. Everybody can see up to that cliffside, but as long as nobody's paying attention, he might be able to sneak out for revive. RRQ at the bottom of the cliff here, trying to patch themselves up, trying to find better position. They need to try to start to work their way around, it looks like, to take on Evo, so they're just going to continue to get picked apart from directly above them.
Evo's, just as you mentioned that, Evo's X tries to lays down, and they're just raining it on them. Interesting plays there, as Evo's X was picking up Bullshark. Evo's Bullshark just dropped the smoke for him, so love seeing that teamwork there. They are definitely communicating with each other, letting them know, hey, tell me what you got so I can go ahead and help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have 7 teams left. Get hyped, because this is the final game of day number 2, and it's about to get crazy as we see RRQ starting to blow up their cars. They need those to their advantage, and they definitely need something because they only have 2 players left.
Their position's crazy. I mean, they're in such a great spot right now in the circle. The cliff is definitely an advantage for the teams above them, but now Evo's down to 1 member. CPT pushing in from the backside, the highest team up on the hill. CPT looking like they're in the most commanding position of anyone.
And something that we haven't actually heard much of, LHW getting one of the players knocked there. And look at this, LHW just sneaking around, trying to not get spotted by CPT. If CPT starts taking these shots, they might be able to go ahead and eliminate their LHW, as LHW Ace is barely in the zone, and with Smokes next to him.
Still clinging to life down there is RRQ. You've got LHW in it, you've got CPT in it. Again, a lot of the same familiar faces each and every game.
And here comes the shot. CPT just pretty much shooting blindly there as the LHW player is inside the circle. And now they're starting to move forward. They want to go ahead and find everybody.
Look at this, Hero is still in it as well. 8 people left. Now, this is a little bit interesting. Hero finally cracking the top 3 here. Really nice performance from them, but they want more. Doc down at the bottom, Kenris down at the bottom. Looking at RRQ right now, and CPT again, really commanding position, but they do not have the circle. They find Hero first, and oh my goodness, is Hero going to get knocked, leaving RRQ in the top 2?
CPT looking dominant here, as they do have 2 players left. Here comes the smoke grenades, and CPT, one of the teams that I mentioned, I wanted to go ahead and see what they did. They're going to get in that vehicle, and they're going to go ahead and start pushing, as CPT is able to go ahead and clear their RRQ. RRQ is not going to be able to get there. The wins, every single win, they're not going to do it. It's going to look like CPT might be able to do it as they're pushing Hero.
CPT's got firm command of this when they drive down to the vehicles to get position, but they are going to be without weapons for a second. Doc gets knocked. It's down to a 4v1. CPT in firm control. Kenris all by himself. He gets seen. 762 knows exactly where he's at, has the AWM, lands a shot on his feet. Little HP left, and it's time to push. CPT from China.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. CPT getting that win towards the end, as they were able to just go ahead and clear everybody on that area. CPT looking strong and recovering after they finished in the 20th spot in the previous game.
Now only 2 kills for RRQ Athena, but I can't say enough about their position, their patience, their perseverance. They made the top 3 when they really shouldn't have. They were out of position, out of the circle, a man down, and they still, with people right above them, their bitter rival no less, Evos from Thailand, they still managed to outlast their rivals and make it into the top 3.
CPT taking the final game of the day, though, in the end. Well played by them. Some unconventional circles compared to what we've seen so far throughout the tournament, up towards Stalba, and in the end, CPT had a great spot 7 to be able to play out the rest of that.
They definitely did. They pretty much had the height advantage the whole time. We saw them being able to eliminate their LHW, being able to eliminate RRQ, and then once they did that, once they knew that it was only like a 1v1 in regards to teams, they just pushed the action. They knew they were only going up against 2. They had their whole squad ready, and they did just that, and they secured the win, and pretty much did a great showing. That's something I love seeing. I love seeing comebacks. That team didn't do so well in the last game, as I mentioned earlier. They came and showed, hey, you know what? That was kind of like a fluke. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Let's get this win and go into day number 3 with some momentum.
Nothing like a worst to first story right there. CPT going from 20th all the way to first. Really good stuff from them. You saw Evos looking like they were in a commanding position, firing down on RRQ's Athena. It looked like Evos had everything going for them. The shots were falling, and then all of a sudden, CPT had gotten there early. They had gotten there higher, and they were able to rain down on Evos parade and end their game.
And CPT is our 2nd multi-time chicken dinner winner. Wow, that rhymed. For this overall, and we do have them, with them taking the 2nd round yesterday, obviously, now taking this round as well. Let's check in with the highlights, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
As we see them just pretty much dancing away, getting ready, the team full send, just having a lot of fun, as we're seeing right there. They're definitely not getting the placing, so as Vandy mentioned there earlier, you know what? We're just going to have fun with this.
And indeed they are having fun. RRQ Athena means all business, though, as they pick up another very high placing. Not a lot of kills to their name this time, but they're not spreading that at all. Look at that. Ollie out the window, in the window. Unfortunately gets knocked. Ollie Pocket, though, securing one of the few kills that Pointsend has got in this tournament.
And Ollie Pocket there with that great kill. And this actually pushed by Galaxy. It was great. It was smart. They were able to go in and take on GG. GG and being able to go and finish them off as well. But then they had to back up a little bit as Kawhi was coming in. And this push here by BRK. BRK, one of the teams that we expected a lot of, but sadly for them, it wasn't that well. And Evo's just shooting that player, knocking him out of a motorcycle. Yep, that was my reaction too. Just clap a little bit for that because the aim was insane.
Oh, look at this. This is how it went down earlier with Outsider GT. Man, that's just a tough way to go out. You hit a jump in a buggy, you get shot out of it, you really never stood a chance. Tough to see there for Wildcard. But RRQ here, out in the field, and like we mentioned at that point in time, would it come back to bite him? Yep, should have finished him. RRQ able to last longer than Evo's. Evo's had a chance to finish him off way earlier out in that field.
Definitely didn't. Then we go back to Evo's and just trying to pretty much finish off RRQ. Luckily for RRQ, CPT was pretty much at the height advantage, and right here the finish, ladies and gentlemen. As he's trying to heal up, he doesn't realize that his feet are sticking out. Look at him stretching, say easy claps, baby.
Little neck crack. I got this.
That's right, absolutely. Impressive stuff overall in the end by CPT. And it's a big deal for them because obviously first place $200,000, but second place, etc., $100,000. And for CPT coming into today, they were third place. LH and GT had taken them over up until potentially now, so it could have some shake-up in the standings.
They had some great kills to their name that particular round, but more importantly, they got the chicken dinner, and that's their second one now. Again, like you said, the second multi-time chicken dinner winner, and that's very, very key because that allows them to potentially jump over the placement of GT and LH. Those guys seem to have a ton of kills, but again, remember, CPT's been putting together a heck of a run so far this tournament. Tons of kills. The only thing they have working against them is that 120th rank finish.
And then towards the end of the day here, something I want to go ahead and point out is we really weren't hearing much of LHW or GTW. They kind of just faded a little bit away, and that's, I'm pretty sure RRQ has maybe passed them in the most kills overall for the tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if CPT brings in that momentum from getting that win for day number 3, the final day tomorrow, and go ahead and try to get some more wins so they can maybe get to that second place. I'm not sure if they'll be able to get to the first place, but more than likely, they'll definitely be trying.
Yeah, really cool to see. And also cool to see the adaptation from some of our teams here when it came to that plane, which was a bit more difficult compared to some of the other planes. We kind of wanted to see a more difficult plane because everything had been so easy for people to drop in the location that they wanted. So LH and C9 going all the way down to Nova was cool.
That was the one thing I wanted to point out as well. It was really nice to see Cloud9 kind of make an emphasis of getting together, grouping up, going after some loot in a decent location instead of random houses all over the place. Split up, and then you run the risk of getting picked off like Rolex did the previous game. This game, they went down, looted up Novo, actually stole some cars from LHW. Didn't seem to affect them too much, but again, at the end, it didn't seem to help out their placement super high. I believe they went out in 12th place, maybe 11th once again, but again, C9 failing to crack the top 10.
And it's a good point that you actually mentioned there with them going out of that position because they did have a good spot up on Salba, similar to what we saw from CPT. But let's check in with all the stats for our day number 2 as a whole. Team kill results from the whole tournament. Let's see, LHW at the moment up at the top with 79. RQ Athena just trailing behind a little bit, 7 with just 3 less.
You know, just 76. That is so many kills there. And they're also being able to put up the wins for it. And hey, don't shy away from it because GTW is 59 and CPT is 58. And then in the 5th spot, far, far away, Evo's Burnout with 35 kills.
Exactly. You see the big divide between 4th and 5th, and that's where so many of these points have been coming from for that overall leaderboard.
Really, 15 points per kill is absolutely massive, and with these 4 teams at the top putting up kills like they are, that's really what's setting the pace for them. As you can see, obviously with those teams having so many kills, I mean, look at this. LHW with 3 members in the top 10, GTW, again with their several members in the top 10. Man, really, really solid stuff from them. And then RRQ Athena with 3 members in the top 5?
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
They have been pretty much just dominating the kills and dominating anything. Something I'm definitely going to want to go ahead and see and look forward to tomorrow is LHW trying to get those wins. They're getting the kills, but they are not getting the wins.
Definitely, as we take a look further onto these rankings here. CPT just crawling on up quite nicely, and we can even see 762 at the moment here with 8 kills going into that match. So big plays coming out from him. Bullshark on the other side, though, as one of our highlighted players, doing quite a bit of work. I think he had one of the arms, actually.
He did. Both of those players did. 762 did as well. It was a really, really impressive game from both of those players. You can see squad kills 14 and 12 respectively. 8 to 5 in the kill count, and the superior kills mean the superior placement. Chicken dinner to CPT.
It definitely is, and I'm so happy that they were able to go ahead and bring that back. It's something that we didn't even see yesterday. At least we're seeing one of the NA teams there, actually two of the NA teams there in the top 10. Yesterday on TPP, they weren't even close. Now Gangstars there in the 7th spot, Wildcard in the 10th spot. How are they gonna go ahead and bounce back on the final day? They're more than likely gonna be so far away here after round 8.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that have been eliminated from contention as far as prize pool is concerned. At least all teams are going to be taking home a prize of some sort. We're talking the big money up there at the top 1, 2, and 3 spots. A lot of teams eliminated from the top 3 at this point. We'll take a look at the total standings here in just a moment. But as you guys can see, CPT, sizable gap between first and second after round 8 here.
Very interested to see how the ultimate standings are looking, because no doubt RRQ is going to be leading the pack, and right now the fight for between 2nd and 4th is going to be very, very fierce indeed, I think, Seb.
It is going to go ahead and be intense. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and start pushing a little bit more of the action towards the beginning. We thought we were going to see LH and Cloud9 fight each other, and look at this. Pushed by CPT as they take care there of the 2nd spot. They had a bad game, but they said, you know what, just brush it up, guys. We still got another game here today, and they came out with the win, and they move on to the 2nd spot.
Yeah.
Still 1,300 points away from RRQ Athena.
Very difficult to deal with there. RRQ Athena absolutely stealing the show, but CPT has been able to bump GT and LH down here in the 2nd day. Overall, PB, what do you make of it?
I really think that it's more of the same all day long today. The placements, again, we're seeing Thailand, we're seeing China. Top 1 through 6, it hasn't changed at all. We've seen some shakeups a little bit down south in the rankings, but again, our top team, RRQ Athena, still holding strong at the top with 3 first place today, 1 third place today. CPT getting their 2nd chicken dinner, sneaking into that 2nd spot just ahead of LH Doyu and GT Doyu, both of whom have had amazing tournaments, have not placed poorly at all. So really, really impressive stuff from all 3 or 4 of those teams, rather, in this tournament so far.
I think that was actually very impressive. Not only the 3 first places, that's pretty impressive, so I'll put that over there for a moment. But the 3rd place, given the harsh circumstances that RRQ was in 7 in that last game, was impressive as well.
They pretty much blew up their own car, used that as cover. Also, threw smoke grenades and then just pretty much let it play it out. They were waiting patiently. They didn't have to push for anything. They knew they didn't have the numbers. And at that moment, as we seen it, and it works because we literally just saw it, they waited and they pretty much got really good placement with just 2 players.
A little help from CPT above them. Evos was trying to rain on their parade, but Evos was the one that actually had their parade rained on by CPT. Coming down the mountainside there, shooting them up, and it ended up just being 1 player left from Evos, and he was unable to do anything else to RRQ. RRQ outlasted them. Evos probably wanted that one back with them out in the exposed field. Could have killed him earlier, and they let him live.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's head down to our final interview of the day as CPT takes the final chicken dinner. Thank you, Colaris. We're back here on stage with CPT's 762, finally picking up the victory. I'm going to ask him a couple of questions. You finally stopped the reign of RRQ and have taken a big win at the end of the day here. How does that feel to end the day on a good note like that?
没什么感受吧，慢慢来吧。
We don't really feel anything, just let it be.
Okay, short and sweet. I suppose that's a good attitude to have going into the 3rd and final day. And speaking of which, you've secured 2nd place right now. You're very close to making it up towards the top. What are you guys going to do to prepare to come in for tomorrow and try to take that victory?
Tomorrow we'll keep working hard and try to win as much as possible.
Okay, well that's good to hear. I hope they do as well as they possibly can, trying to catch up to RRQ currently in 2nd place. Let's give a round of applause for CPT and 762 for putting up a good showing there at the end of the day. So thank you guys for the interview. So that's going to do it for now, guys. I'm going to hand it back to Colaris. Thank you for joining me on the stage here all day. But thank you. We'll send it back right now. Thank you very much, Valdez. Overall, geez, he couldn't shut him up, could he? 7-6-2, quite the chat box. But no, regardless. Overall, them taking the chicken dinner at the very end. The two-time chicken dinner winners here for the days number 1 and 2 so far. Good stuff from them, securing themselves second place. It's going to be difficult to get up to that first place. But if anybody could do it, it would be a team that has got multiple chicken dinners under their belts so far.
Indeed it would. CPT in a great position to kind of climb the ladder. But again, as you saw, CPT getting 20th place themselves.